Hey everyone, this is Kevin, your failed journalist, and let's talk a little bit about the Demon Slayer movie and the success in America and something really positive that has come from Demon Slayer being a surprise hit at the US box office. Now, the Hollywood trades did have some naysaying things about the success of the movie, that it wasn't number one the first weekend. And when it was number two the second weekend, it dropped by 70%, which showed it was front loaded, and this really isn't the success that people want to claim it is. But this is a very big success for the movie in America, and it's a very big win for fans of animation, and I don't think we're giving enough credit for that, and I kind of want to talk about why. Now, first of all, for those of you who have not seen the Demon Slayer movie, you might want to ask, okay, so what do I think of the movie? I think it's good. I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit. Heck, I'm going to be seeing it again this afternoon in IMAX. Saw it once on 4DX. And I will be buying the Blu-ray when it comes out. I really did enjoy it. Granted, I am a fan of the show. I like the show. And I will say, if you've never seen the show, then it's probably not a good idea to see the movie. It might not do much for you. I think you'll enjoy the action sequences, but it's kind of hard to follow if you haven't seen the show. Thankfully, for those of you who do want to see the movie, the show is available on Netflix as well as the Funimation streaming app, and it's a pretty easy binge, all things considered, and the movie will be there for a couple of weeks, so if you want to spend the next week and a half binging the show and then going to see the movie, I think that's a great thing to do. But the success of the Demon Slayer movie, which the whole title is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train. I'm just going to call it Demon Slayer from this point on. I'm sorry. There's a lot of good things that came from the success of this movie. The first is that it actually provided a real box office race with Mortal Kombat. We didn't know what was going to be number one. Was it going to be Mortal Kombat or was it going to be Demon Slayer? And Mortal Kombat won, but just barely, and it was on like 1,000 more screens. And this is good for a recovering movie theatrical experience economy. People were saying over and over, will people return to the movies? Will they feel safe going back to the movies? And after King Kong, and after Mortal Kombat, and after Demon Slayer, and heck, to a certain extent, even after Tom and Jerry, I think it proves that, yes, the movie theaters are coming back. They're coming back in a very strong way. And once June hits and Black Widow comes out, and more people are vaccinated, and we'll probably have vaccine passports at that point, people will feel much more comfortable going to the movie theaters. And as a result, I think Black Widow is going to be great. In fact, I would not be surprised if the Disney Plus premiere of Black Widow was not completely scrapped in favor of a pure theatrical release, because I think there's numbers to show that that the theaters are recovering. Also, this is really good for anime fans. It shows that anime movies, even ones that are based on properties that seem niche compared to what people know about, can be successful in their own right. Now, granted, $36 million is not Avengers Endgame, but considering it costs virtually nothing to license and distribute, that is a huge win. It is a huge win. It's also good for Demon Slayer, the show. I mean, I know that Netflix did pick up Demon Slayer. It might even be on Hulu for all I know. But I can guarantee you, season 2, whenever that comes out, there's now officially going to be a bidding war. It's going to be a lot more expensive to pick up, and if Netflix or Hulu or maybe even Paramount Plus, who knows, HBO Max, maybe, I don't know, whoever wants that season exclusively for their platform, they're not only going to have to pay more than they would have in the first place, they'll have to pay a little extra to make sure no one else has it for a while. And who knows, maybe future movies that Funimation distributes, another Makoto Shinkai film or whatever, might get more screens right up the get-go, because Funimation has now proven that they are successful with theatrical releases. The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was pretty successful, and now we have Demon Slayer. They're on a roll, and they might continue to be on a roll. Obviously, it will also give them more money to, develop more properties, which some of you might not be so happy about. I mean, I've got issues with Funimation myself, but we won't get into those here. But here's the big thing that I think people are overlooking. Here's the real big thing that I am happy about the success of the Demon Slayer movie that no one's talking about. And that is, it's an R-rated animated movie that's not a comedy, and it's successful. You know, I hate to say it, but sometimes American companies can be, frankly, predictable. They tend to be very anti-animated film. They won't make anything above a PG-rated film. And even when you point out how, like, successful movies like the Simpsons movie were, they'll say, oh, well, that's the Simpsons, you know, people will go see anything with the Simpsons. It's an established brand. Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of other established brands that don't get PG-13 or R-rated movies. And then on the rare occasion that we get an R-rated animated movie, it's always a comedy these days. Always. I think the last major release we got was Sausage Party. There was, of course, the South Park movie. There was the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie. It just seems all the animated movies that are made for adults in R-rated terms are all comedies, as if adults would not pay money to see an animated film that wasn't primarily there for the looks. And Demon Slayer does have some funny moments. I'm not going to say it's not like this dry, soulless film or anything like that. It's not like something Terrence Malick would make. It does have funny moments. It does have jokes. But it's primarily an action film. It primarily has dramatic moments. The comedy is maybe 10%, 15% if we're being generous, of the movie. And the rest is either high-pumping action or melodrama, with mythology and lore, heavy fantasy elements, and lots of blood. Lots and lots and lots of blood. That's why it's rated R. There's no sexuality in this movie, no sex scenes, and the language is pretty minor. It's pretty much the blood, and that's the reason it's rated R. But here's the thing. For years, animation fans in America were trying to tell studios that, hey, we will see an R-rated animation that is not a comedy. It will do well if it was given half the chance. But every time you even think about making an R-rated animation that's an action or a drama, it always either goes to a PG-13 TV series or it becomes a PG-rated movie. Stories of what happened to Quest for Camelot and The Road to El Dorado are the stuff of legends. They really, truly are. And animation fans saying over and over, just give an R-rated drama a chance. Just give an R-rated action a chance. Just give an R-rated anime movie that's not a comedy a chance, and we swear it will do business. Well, look, at the moment, Demon Slayer, the movie, has made a little more than $36 million. And it did not cost Sony $36 million to bring it over. Heck, it probably didn't even cost them $1 million, if we're being honest. This is a huge success no matter how you slice it. Now, does that mean that they're going to start green lighting $100 million animated movies? No, probably not. But I'm hoping that this gives Sony Animation, who has made some very good movies on small budgets, will say, hey, you know what? Let's make a $20 to $30 million R-rated animation that is not a comedy. You know, Demon Slayer could be the one that broke the door open. Heck, if it makes 50 to 60 by the end of this run, then who knows? The sky may be the limit. But Demon Slayer has done a lot to break the stereotypes that, A, anime is for teenagers and little children. It's not just Pokemon stuff. And it has also broken the stereotype that adults would not see an R-rated animated film unless it was a comedy. They absolutely will see an animated film that's R-rated, that's not a comedy. Demon Slayer proves it. And so I'm pretty ecstatic about that. I hope it makes another 30 to 50 million. Heck, if it makes over 100 million, all the more power to us. I think this is a huge win for everyone. Movie theaters got a huge boost in attendance. Anime features in America showed that they will make money. Demon Slayer Season 2 just got a pay raise from either Netflix or Hulu. And finally, animation there's a much better chance that we will see an R-rated animated film that is not South Park or The Simpsons or BoJack Horseman or anything that was like a comedy. Okay, I know BoJack Horseman's a little bit more serious and we weren't getting a movie, but I'm saying maybe Sony now can make a R-rated horror or action movie that's animated. Who knows? The sky is the limit at this point. But anyway, I would like to know what you think and if there are any other pros to Demon Slayer doing so well that I missed, or maybe you disagree with some of my assessments. Either way, I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.